Welcome back to Birch-Koala Commentaries. I'm shanic02 and I'm here with...
Dr. John Reborn.
And welcome to part 2 of Pikmin 1, where we just discovered the Forest of Hope.
Forest of Hope, because everybody else is fucked. And yes, I stole that joke. Sue me. Or actually, please don't.
Anyway, so pretty much for the first for at least the first 4 minutes or so here, you are going to be trying to knock down that gate there, which is a pain in the butt. But hey, better go through wood than walk on the other side there.
Yeah, this is where the time limit starts to come in. I mean, like that meter up there where the sun moves slowly towards the end, that's your time in this, and you said it in the last part, but was it like 20 or half an hour that basically constitutes a day in this game?
It's usually, like, sometimes it can be around, like, I think it's somewhere between 17 to 20 minutes, I think.
Okay, so it can vary depending on something.
Well, I'm not really sure on, like, actual time, so, like, I'm just having a rough guess saying it's here between 17 minutes or 20 minutes.
Seems reasonable enough. You know, because, well, this is pretty much not going to be the big thing in this game, which is basically managing your time and try to get as much shit done as you can with your limited time. At least that's what I've come to get. That is kind of the point of the Pikmin games.
Okay, so those three there, they're going to be weeding out that grass there to get some nectar, and what nectar does, it accelerates the Pikmin from being leaves, and oh god damn it, they drank some of the stuff already, which accelerates a leaf on the head from as it is a leaf to a bulb and then to a flower. And flowers just mean like they can move like quicker and do a little bit more damage.
Yeah, I think I sort of know some stuff about Pikmin, mainly because I've way back I've watched like Chaka Conroy's playthroughs of this, but I cannot remember exactly everything, so. But yeah, I did recall that the nectars like basically work up as a way to upgrading your Pikmins, which means that they move faster, and I think at least with some of the Pikmins it also increases the damage they can do to enemies.
Yeah. Or we just need some heavy metal guitar playing at the moment for all these guys head banging.
Well, okay, I'm not even gonna go with the technicalities because that's just nitpicking. And here are the first enemies of the game, which name slips me.
I think it's a bubble ball or something like that.
Something like that, and and this is where we kinda get to the creepy part of Pikmin, if you ask me, like, well, I guess we saw it in the previous part how these things can turn those pellets into other Pikmin. Well, guess what? They can do that to their enemies' corpses.
Survival of the fittest, eh?
I guess so. But this is a pretty fucking hardcore way to go about it. I mean, Jesus Christ.
So yeah, I'm pretty much just like farming for like as many raids as I can get here, and then I think we're gonna discover the yellows later in this part here. I think.
Ooh, that's a big motherfucker.
For some reason, I can't remember if there was a actual part. Oh no, wait, yeah, the part's a little bit further in that thing, but I just didn't realize I could actually go through that way. And while I'm waiting for those other Pikmin to drop their pellets off, I decided to put those three to start building the bridge for me.
Yes, and I guess I should ask this, that because sometimes like I think even Conroy himself criticized it a little bit. But how do you feel like like commanding and handling the Pikmin's work in this game? Like, do you feel like they drop out a lot, or do they mostly stay well enough in line?
For me, they mostly stay in line at times.
At times, so you have experienced some occasional quirks.
Well, actually, no, like the. That was mostly on my behalf. Like, sometimes I'll be like the Pikmin will be in line, but sometimes my head won't be in the game with them.
Okay.
So, like,
yeah, because
you gotta have a bit of it. I can't remember which part it's gonna be, but we're gonna have like a big slaughter of red Pikmin in one of the later parts.
Okay. Yeah, because I think that's like, I think it's actually both a problem in, I don't know, is it a problem in all of the Pikmin games from what I've seen through playthroughs, but I think in this and 3 there are occasional times where it kind of seems like the Pikmin AI derps a little bit and they basically walk to their deaths at times.
Speaking of which, I should bring this back up. Yeah, it turns out Pikmin 2 doesn't actually have a time limit. That's a mistake on my behalf when this part goes up. Because, like, yeah, like, I think you can actually play as long as you want on Pikmin 2, but yeah, there's no time limit.
Yeah, because I was thinking that because I was wondering about that, because I recall that the whole tone of Pikmin 2 is more like weighted on pure exploration, and if that's gonna be the tone of your game, you really don't wanna impose like a sort of a time limit or something, because that can really turn off some players who like to explore. And I think I see a ship part of it there, but I guess you just wanna increase your numbers a bit.
Yeah, I was having a brain fart moment here. Because I always go for that part first off.
Okay.
Which gives us unlimited energy supply. Question, how do we actually fly off with no energy?
I was about... You know what? I was going to make that joke too, but I decided to not do, because I already made a reference to another...
No, Red Pikmin, not that way.
Yeah, don't wake up the big fat ass there just yet, but yeah, I already made that stolen joke reference to the other commentary crew, which I might as well reveal that if I make references to another commentary crew, it's probably gonna be the Brain Scratch. But I think Lewis from there, one of the commentators called Lewis, he actually also raised the same question, that how the fuck did we get up without that particular part?
Maybe the engine actually had a bit of thrust or so in it, or I don't know. Probably a little bit of fuel left in it. But speaking of which, yeah, I did watch the Pikmin 1 run. That's why I'm trying not to say as many references to everything as I can. Like, not trying to say as many references out of there.
Well, you are a better man than me, then.
I was like, nope, gotta get that part. Get at least my part for today or so.
For some reason, I'm starting to think blocking these Pikmin somehow takes my mind into either Animal Crossing or then Harvest Moon for some odd reason.
I'm probably getting more of a feel of Harvest Moon. Oh, but then speaking of which, I was watching this one guy. He did like a Flash animation series on Newgrounds. It's called Nintendo. And anyway, there was this one sketch he did where, like, you see Olimar picking Pikmin out of the ground, but when he picked up the last one, it was actually a skeleton Pikmin. He was like,
yeah. So
as we saw, like, the bell rang, so it indicated, like, if I'm not sure how far. Yeah, indicated we're in the afternoon now.
Yeah, that's basically a warning sign that I guess you could say that when you hear that bell ringing, that basically means that you should try to wrap up whatever you are doing relatively fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the thing is already at the halfway point, so yeah, I guess it's something about like I'd say somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not bothering checking my clock to check out the
We're
actual
at 10
time,
minutes
but...
now.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, yeah, there was like a few, 10 and a half minutes now. But yeah, so might be 20 minutes.
Or the Pikmin to carry that, and also, so
Get in there.
Oh great, some of your Pikmins are union workers. No wonder they won't do shit.
Slavery at its finest.
Yeah, no, yeah, you know, I would otherwise be trying to soften that up, but there really isn't any other way of saying it. It is essentially a freaking slavery thing.
So pretty much you can actually, if you have enough
it-
Pikmin, you can take down these guys as fast, like, just like how I did it there, but that's a bit more of a higher risk. If you don't have enough Pikmin to do it, he'll start eating your Pikmin. But if he has a Pikmin in his mouth and if he dies, the Pikmin will come back out of the mouth. So you manage to save your Pikmin.
Okay. I noticed that you decide to throw the Pikmin on the back of that thing. Do you know how to do it, or do you just not like to do this so-called bum rush strategy?
Oh no, I did a bum rush thing, but it was just because he was in an awkward position. I was just like, nah, just throw him there.
Okay. Yeah, because that seems to be a little bit more safer way to go about the bigger ones. When you, instead of throwing the Pikmins on the back of that thing, you just bum rush the thing from behind. If you can get a clear shot at it,
Yeah.
of course.
Come on, Pikmin, hustle!
I was going to make some sort of a joke, but I decided no, that's a little bit too dark, so I decided to luckily pull back at the last second. Seriously, this is like one of those games that it seems cute and godly, but then when you start reading into stuff, then this game becomes surprisingly freaking dark. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. Speaking of which, pretty sure Shigeru Miyamoto got the idea for this game when he was just watching ants like work together and move things to a different spot. I think that's where he got the idea from.
Something along those lines, because I heard that it was not even that, it was just that he was just doing gardening in his backyard, and then he thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I could do a game out of this somehow, and this was the end result.
Okay, so I'm gonna feel I'm gonna bum rush. No, just chuck him. Chuck him in the butt.
And there's the
Chuck him in the butt now.
Oh no, wait, that's an onion. That's an onion, okay.
Oh, there we go. We already died.
Another ship part, but
Not sure what I was doing. I think I'll save that for the yellows. I'm not sure.
here we go. Yellow Pikmins. And, actually, hold on. I'm trying to think here. Did yellow Pikmins have, like, 2 special traits in this? Because I seem to recall that the yellow Pikmins, they are immune to electricity, plus they can use a certain items later down in the road.
Yeah. Yep. And what big ears you have!
Yep.
But yeah, they have two traits in this. They can be thrown a lot higher than the regular, like, red and blue Pikmin, and they can carry bomb rocks.
Okay, so I was correct. So that basically.
And the wait, what? Yeah, in Pikmin 2, turns out they are immune to electricity.
Oh yeah, that was Pikmin 2. Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay, I was mixing it up because. Yeah, cause I think. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Are there some enemies in Pikmin 1 that use electricity, or was that just something that came about only in Pikmin 2?
I'm pretty sure that was in Pikmin 2.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably it, because otherwise the... Yeah, I think the electricity came around only in Pikmin 2. Okay, so that one, that confusion cleared up a little bit. Time is running kinda short, at least on the in-game clock, so I guess I might as well ask this since I was talking about enemies there just for a second. Do you like, because any game that has enemies, almost everyone has one. Do you have like some enemies in this or bosses that you absolutely despise fighting against or handling?
Everything.
Well, that cleared that one up. No need to ask any further. Also, so get used to the
Seeing that in every other part where we exceed over the limit of 100 Pikmin.
Yeah, because for some reason seeing it once wasn't enough. You have to show it every single goddamn time. Because you know, kids cannot count.
Well, not really. I just think it's Captain Olimar who can't actually remember to do it.
Maybe.
Not sure. I think can't remember if I try to get all my yellow Pikmin to pick up that dead bulb there or not. Because the little ones, they're not really related to the big bulbs in any way. They're just like, they are just pretending to be
different species, basically.
Yeah. Come on, Reds, get in here.
And just to bring in another dungeon, just like almost with all weird-ass projects with Nintendo, this apparently was supposed to be something related to Mario at the first time, at least with this game mechanic.
Well, Olimar's name is actually in, like, if you rearrange it, you do get Mario in some way or form, without the L in it.
Well...
Like, if you take the L out and then rearrange all the letters, you get Mario.
I got what you mean, but I don't think that was intended. I guess that was just actually a pure coincidence, but shit, I don't recall what the hell it was, but I seem to recall, like, Pikmin's, like, the idea of... Oh, and there we have the bomb rocks. Something you need to be kind of cautious about, because... Seems like you can easily blow yourself up with those.
Oh yeah, and the problem here is, if you throw the bomb rocks and then whistle at them and say, get back over here, they immediately drop the bomb rocks and they blow up. Okay. But like, it's okay if you split them up out of the main groups they're in.
Okay. And I think we should have the final countdown coming up soon enough. Yep, there we go.
You only just discovered this within the last 10 seconds of the day, Olimar?
And I guess Olimar is the Time Lord, considering that those 10 seconds don't seem to pass when he's fucking monologuing.
So there's a dust cloud in the background there.
keep clear of the explosion. No shit! Tell me more, Olimar.
Okay, Pikmin, gather around so we can start going home. Well, you are already home. I want to get ready to. I want to go back into this atmosphere.
Yup. I think it's atmosphere because you cannot really go to exactly space with the way your ship is right now.
Ding. So now, here's a bastard of a thing for me to do. Make all my yellow Pikmin walk all the way back to the yellow onion.
They could use the leg word. They were just prouded after all.
Captain Olimar, blast us off again!
Bit wobbly, but we have a liftoff. And just before the big fat asses come out to chew our asses. It appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just record the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances. Then I thought, yet there seems to be many hostile life forms here. No shit. If I am attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my stim. Blah blah blah. Holy fucking shit, this is so fucking obvious. Yes, why am I doing this?
Anyway,
and Shatner turned into an asshole.
Anyway, that concludes part 2 of Pikmin 1. This is Birch-Koala. I'm Shank02.
And I'm Dr. John Reborn.
And we'll see you in the next part.
Until then, see you later.
See you.